What's poppin', y'all? It's the Alchemist of Sound, and I'm sitting here next to
Gersh One,
the one of Gersh, and welcome to another episode of For the Greater.
My voice cracked a little. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you. If you have a question for us about the Warhammer 40K universe or about anything in your life, just comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. And that is what Obelisk Titan did. He asks, if you made a new Chaos God, what be and what would feed on? What would he be and what would he feed on?
Whoa, it's 2018. Let's not put pronouns.
Okay.
What would it be and what would it feed on?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Hashtag gender.
Gender apostrophe, like parentheses, S. Because it could be one gender, it could be many.
Yeah, I'm bad at grammar.
It could be fluid, could be neutral.
It could be positive, could be negative. It's all a matter of the protons and the electrons and the neutrons. Mm-hmm. So I would make a chaos god of physics in honor of whatever it is that we just did. So he would be like in control of just the natural powers of the galaxy, because like you know how the galaxy has like gravity and all that kind of stuff. Like he would be what makes that happen in the real world. He's in the warp, so he would be kind of controlling those forces. And I'm not taking that and I'm not making that up like right now on the spot.
You've been thinking about this?
Nope.
Oh.
All right, what would you do?
Wait, so let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
So then, would he have the power to literally turn off gravity for like a planet, or to increase gravity so much that it just becomes so dense it becomes into like a crystal or some shit?
Yep, he would have the power to do that, but he wouldn't do that because he's about order, and like order means like we always want to know that if we pick up a pencil, the pencil's gonna come down. If we're on Earth.
That's because right.
Yeah, but it's the same thing in the sky. We want to know that if there is two objects, the heavier object is going to attract the lighter object, because that's just the natural flow of the world of time and space. So it's like the chaos god of order, but not order like the god emperor is the god of order, if that makes sense. He is the god of order in terms of like physics and just
the god of rules.
Yeah, kind of like the god of rules. Yep.
And the god of truths.
What would you do?
It would be a chaos god. I'm trying to to phrase it correctly, of like obedience, like kind of like it's hard to explain, but like commands, like for example, he could be like like the Orcs. Red means go fast. Why is that it? Because there's a god that commands that thought of that perception makes you do that certain thing. And no, I'm not just making this up off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Give us some time. I actually think this is a pretty cool question. I might make a video out of it. Make my own chaos god.
Do it.
Do it.
Next question.
This one's by Steve Verdurgo. If the Imperium had improved their citizens' lives to where everyone was happy, would their collective happiness manifest into a new chaos god? That's a very thematic episode so far.
I think so, and the reason that I think so is because the thing I notice is that it's extremely easy to take a situation.
Échate pa' acá.
Yeah, it's extremely easy to take a situation and make it negative, and it takes a little longer for a person to like spin a positive out of whatever the situation is. So it makes sense that the very first chaos gods to coalesce. Yeah, inside the warp, because they're moving. Would be negative creatures, it's like of sickness, of change, and of war, and then Slanesh. So like the god of order later on, or the god of happiness later on, it would make sense that he was born later on, even though chaos gods don't have time and space, but whatever.
Right. Make a chaos god of time and space.
So to answer your questions, yes. Mm-hmm. Right. Next question comes from Twism. Will my dad ever come home from getting cigarettes from the store? I'm sorry, Twism. No. He found the GW store and he started a new family of badass kill teams.
Daddy.
Next question.
The real Torneo. Once the 20 Primarchs were thrown through the galaxy, why didn't the Emperor just restart the program and create 20 new Primarchs and hunt down those Primarchs and purge the lost Primarchs?
Because, he spent so much time, he's not going to do it all over again. By the time he gets to the 20 Primarchs again, these other 20 Primarchs have grown up and now they're evil and they're trying to kill him. You know what I mean?
I mean what you know.
Thank you.
No, I think actually they ran out of material in the Himalayan mountains. There's only so much.
Oh really? Is that part of the lore?
I think so.
Cool. Next question comes from God Emperor something. Who would win, Shrek versus a normal orc? I'm gonna give it to Shrek because
ogres are like onions. They have many layers.
Yeah, so savagery for Shrek is pretty extreme. And now he says part 2. Who would win in a fight, Shrek in his swamp or an orc war boss? Now this is a little tricky one because a war boss is nothing without his boys feeding him the energy of the wall.
Right.
So I'm gonna give it to Shrek again because he has no team. The orc war boss has no team.
Right. But at the same time, Shrek can just be like, "Get out me swamp," and he won already.
Yeah. It depends on what your definition of winning is too. Next one.
Christian Blanchard. What if the Emperor decided to become a chaos god? What would this mean for the Imperium?
I don't think he has a choice to become a chaos god, right?
Well, I guess. Because, technically he's already being, praised. And essentially, he's a god without being the titled god.
Yeah, true that.
Lorgar was right. But, I guess if he did become a chaos god, the way we view chaos gods is in a negative sense. So I guess this would kind of, he'd be the good guy surrounded by bad guys. But there's no true good and evil.
True.
It's all just gray.
Yep. Next question comes from Sneaky Fish. How do girls pee if they have no balls? How do you know they don't have balls?
That's true.
Next question.
Black Twitch. Can a Psyker destroy a Titan?
Yes.
Yeah. If you're really strong, literally you could just look at the Titan and crush it.
Yep.
Or you could blast that's inside the Titan's minds. So it's just useless.
Yeah, because the person you want to kill is the Princep. Because if you check out that one, I finally saw the series with the black and white.
Hell's Reach.
Hell's Reach, and in Hell's Reach, the Space Marine chaplain goes to talk to the person who is controlling that giant Titan. So can you imagine a Psyker outside of the Titan just crushing that person's mind? The whole Titan just falls apart.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't even have to do that, really, because you could just, if you're, a lightning, librarian or whatever, just, zap it till it explodes.
Yeah. Zap. Next one.
Super Saiyan Declonius. Do orcs use Humi Daka exclusively, or do they use alien Daka, such as Tau, Eldar, Necron? Anything they can get their hands on, really.
Yeah. They got sticky fingers. Next question comes from Zohan. What's the song you use at the end of your videos? We have the link of a SoundCloud. It's a local DJ. It's pretty cool. He has a lot of really good music. So check him out. Link in the description. His name is Municipal Vice. It's pretty cool. Next one.
Fresh Prince equals 40K.
Yeah. Next one. Do you have one?
Brandon Chu. Why are orcs a bit more resistant to chaos corruption? With the power of WAAAGH energy in the service of the real gods, wouldn't it be a win-win? So he's saying, wouldn't the orcs be more of a threat if they did get empowered by the chaos gods when they already have Gork and Mork?
Possibly, because like you said, it gives them direction. But the reason that they're not susceptible to orc or to chaos is because they never really they don't think about that shit. They just want to fight. Right. They don't really care about who you're praying to. They don't want to put a name on whatever it is that they're doing. They're just doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, corn would help.
Corn.
But they don't got time for that.
Next question comes from Drago Sani. Could perpetuals be devoured by the Tyranids, and what would happen? Would he be back to life as old True himself, or maybe some Tyranid abomination? So what would happen if, like, Vulcan got consumed by the Tyranids?
I feel like it would just like reform. But I mean, it's so wishy-washy because there's no like legit like what a perpetual actually is, or like how does it function? Or... Has
Vulcan ever been burnt?
Yeah. And I think he was like literally put behind like one of the ship's engines and like turned on, and he just like came back.
But he like what? Did he disintegrate?
I don't think he disintegrated. He was just all like charred and whatnot.
Oh well, I think then what would happen is like Vulcan would be thrown into those miasmic vats or whatever, the ones that feed the capillary towers.
Capillary.
And then he wouldn't dissolve all the way. Kind of like Wolverine, where like he's like breaking apart but then regenerating.
So you think there's like a central nucleus that will never go away, and he just regenerates from that?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the seed of the avocado. You can peel the avocado, you could scratch the seed, but the seed stays there. You just have to like make it into a tea. Avocado tea is actually really good for you. So take the seed of the avocado, boil it, drink the boiled whatever, water. Not while it's boiling, but put it the water, and then it's a nice avocado tea, and it's good for gut biome, your biome within your gut, and it builds good no, I'm just saying shit. It's good for you. Last question, what you got?
Orcs Empire, or Orcs Empire. What would happen if the Skaven were in 40K? Do you think they would be a big threat?
Yeah, you can make anything into a big threat, especially the Skaven. There is already a species called the Crone within 40K that kind of acts like the Skaven. They're just pests, and they're psychic, and they travel through the warp. But they're not demons. They're actually just like organisms that use the webway to like jump through places. So I think that's what the Skaven would do. The Skaven would have found out a way to like mess with the webway or mess with the warp, and they would be like kind of like when a rat comes out of the sink.
Probably to get some pizza or something.
Yeah, it smells the pizza, but then it becomes a mouse, because when a rat is when it's outside, a mouse is when it's inside.
You can have rats indoors.
No, you can't. Then it becomes a mouse. Yeah.
So then, what would Master Splinter be?
He's a rat.
Because he's in the sewers. But that's their home.
Yeah, but it's not your home.
So in Master Splinter's mind, he's a mouse. Because he's at home in the sewers. But when you look at him, he's a rat.
No, in his mind, he's Splinter. Or Master Splinter. Just like in your mind, you are the Sound Alchemist. You're not a human. Well, I mean, you are a human, but you don't say you don't think I'm a human. You know?
I guess.
That's what Master Splinter is doing.
So he doesn't think I'm a genetically modified rat.
Nope.
Or mouse.
He's a rat. But if he goes into someone's home, then he becomes a mouse. But yeah.
The world is his home, Gersh.
No, because then you could just say that all rats are mice, and then we just get rid of the whatever.
And those were the questions for today.
If you guys have more questions about rats, mice, gerbils, hamsters, guinea pigs, whatever rodent, I got you. The capybara is the largest rodent in alive right now. It's not the largest one ever, because there used to be a larger rodent. I forget its name, but yeah.
Probably like Greg or something. But yeah, those were the questions for today. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep being subscribed, and yeah, we'll bring you some more content. This is the Sound Alchemist.
Gersh one.
And rodents out.
Oh, if you could put my